Today's another milk bar day. Actually, quite literally, I don't know what I'm making. I was looking through the cookbooks and then I just stopped on something called Grasshopper Pie. Saw the photo, and I was like, hey, it's pretty neat. Went to the ingredients store, which is also known as the grocery store, the supermarket, picked up all my ingredients. Now I'm back here and I'm ready to make this thing. So I'm making the milk bar Grasshopper Pie. And there's no grasshoppers in it. I can assure you, I already have the ingredients over here. So I'm just running through the recipe and I noticed something immediately, which kind of puts everything to a halt right now because I live in Belgium, right? And they do not sell graham crackers like anywhere. I don't know why. It's like the most frustrating thing in the world. So screw it. I'm gonna make my own. Luckily, I've already done this before and I've shown you guys how I've done it. I'm literally following a video I've already made, the s'mores video. So I'm not gonna go into great detail on how to make these. I'm just gonna whip them up really quickly. I'm gonna make graham crackers right now. I mean, I didn't need to cut them up into graham cracker shapes because I'm just gonna destroy them. I guess I wasn't completely forthcoming with you, but I'm making graham cracker crumbs. This isn't working. New idea. Instead, take these and put them in a plastic bag and pound them with a rolling pin. Have to look for the friggin' shards of plastic. There we go. I like this. The bag wasn't working, the blender wasn't working. This is working. And of course the countertop is clean. It's clean. This took, honestly, like 3 hours. We're moving on up to our graham crust. 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1/4 cup milk powder. 4 tablespoons of butter, which we have to melt. Graham cracker crumbs. 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Okay, so we need to combine our milk powder, our sugar, the graham cracker crumbs, and a little bit of salt tossed. In a other bowl, add our butter and our heavy cream and whisk it together. Add this to the butter's gonna act like a glue. It's gonna keep the family together. And I'm just gonna go in there with my hands, get a little dirty. It's gotta hold its shape when you squeeze it together. For this next bit, we will need a pie tin. We are gonna need to heat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now using our graham crust, we're gonna take 1 1/4 cups. I don't need to grease it up, do I? Do I need to grease up the pie dish? It doesn't say anything about that, so I'm not going to. With my calculations, there should be roughly 1/4 cup of graham crust left, which there is exactly. But I don't need that right now. And with my fingers, palms of my hands, I'm going to firmly push down on this crust until it's covering the entire inside of the pan. Now I'm assuming with the amount of butter in this thing, I don't need to grease up this pan. Am I correct in that assumption? I don't know. So I'm sick of plastic wrap. I got this other thing, it's called beeswax. It is like a sustainable, reusable food storage. This goes in the fridge. Okay, so we are moving on to our brownie pie. 125 grams of chocolate, 6 tablespoons of butter, 2 eggs, 3/4 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of flour, 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. I have more. And a little bit of salt. Okay, we're combining the butter and the chocolate in a microwave safe bowl. Nuke this for 30 to 50 seconds. That probably took closer to like 2 minutes. Just whisk the hell out of it until it's glossy and smooth with a miniature whisk. This next part seems incredibly stand mixer heavy, like big timer. As you know, I don't have one. It drives some of you nuts. I read it in the comments each week. Dude, get a fucking stand mixer. It's happening. I promise you it's happening. But there's a reason why I don't have one yet. Off the record, I'm gonna be moving soon to a different country with different electrical plugs, and it doesn't make sense for me to buy one when I'm gonna be doing that. For now though, I'm gonna be sticking to my tried, tested, and true Whitey Ford. However, this seems very complicated, so I don't know how this is gonna turn out. Combine the eggs and the sugar in a bowl of a stand mixer. I'm just gonna get my big bowl. Whip this together for 3 to 4 minutes until the mixture is fluffy and pale yellow and has reached the ribbon stage. Lift up your whisk and move it around like a pendulum, and you can see the ribbons start to form and then disappear. Do you see that? I hope you see that. Replace the whisk with the paddle attachment. You don't have whisk attachment or paddle attachment. Dump the chocolate mixture into the eggs and briefly mix together on low. Then I'm gonna increase the speed to medium and mix for another minute. Add the flour, cocoa powder, and salt on low speed for 45 seconds. Until there's no more lumps. There's none. Stream in heavy cream on low speed. How much heavy cream? Damn it. Half a cup of heavy cream. Low speed. Scrape down those sides. Detach the paddle, already ahead of you there. Remove the bowl from the mixer. Gently fold in a quarter cup of the graham crust. These crumbs will add a little burst of flavor. Quarter cup of graham crust. What? And I'm gonna fold it in. Grab a sheet pan and put your pie tin of graham crust on it. Okay, baking, whatever. Put a little bit of parchment paper on there to make sure. Pie dish with beeswax. No more beeswax. With a spatula, scrape in the brownie mixture into the pie crust. Bake this for 25 minutes. No. What? I just f***ed up. I f***ed up so badly. Oh man. Send help. I'm reading the recipe from the cookbook. We're right here. One recipe of brownie pie. Prepared through step 8. So you click on the brownie pie. This is what we just made. Step 9 is add that filling into the pie crust and bake for 25 minutes, which I've already done. I was supposed to stop here. It's not on the same page. So you click on brownie pie, then you get directed to another page altogether. So if you're on that page, you're gonna completely forget that it says prepared through step 8 on another page. So you have to go back and forth, and then you get into the heat of the moment and you start making this thing, and you're not gonna remember to prepare only through to step. I want to blame this cookbook, but I should just blame myself. Okay, let's see what we're looking at here. So what I was supposed to do is pour the mint cheesecake filling into the shell first. In a perfect world, I would just redo the whole thing, but it took me 3.5 hours to make these graham cracker, and then another additional 2. I've already spent 6 hours on this. There's gotta be a way to save it. There's just gotta. So what if I redo the filling and then just double bake the crust? I know that it will kind of burn the crust, but that's a chance I could take. You'll need less than a full recipe of brown pie filling. Save the excess brown batter and bake it into cupcake molds. Okay. So this is gonna turn into the biggest rescue op in the history of my baking career. So what I need to do here, cut around the pie crust. But if this doesn't work, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Scoop out the filling and I'm gonna kind of gut it. I'm gonna gut this pie. Oh my God. Okay, let's just go for it. I have a plan. Oh my God, I have a better plan. The brownie pie batter did not cook all the way through, which is kind of great because I think I'm gonna reuse it. I'm gonna scoop out the liquid batter. The way this is gonna work is because I didn't need to use all that brownie filling. I only need to use half of it. If I discard half, which is the half that I wasn't supposed to use, and I have all this leftover runny batter right here. So the next thing I gotta do really quickly before this hardens up, if that's a thing, is make the mint cheesecake filling. I'm gonna do that quick like a bunny. 60 grams of white chocolate. That's 2 tablespoons of some sort of neutral oil. It's gonna be like 75 grams of cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of icing sugar, half a teaspoon of peppermint extract, a little bit of salt, 2 drops of green food color. Thank you, rainbow cake. Combine the white chocolate and oil in a microsafe bowl. Microsafe. Gonna microwave for like 30-50 seconds, stirring vigorously until it's all smooth. Good, good, good. Oh, combine the cream cheese and the confectioner's sugar. 75 grams of cream cheese. Why are you going into grams now? You've been using cups this whole thing. Add the cream cheese to a bowl. In the heat of the moment, I kind of forget what confectioner sugar is. I think it's icing sugar. 2 TP. Combine the cream cheese and the sugar in a bowl of the stand mixer. Don't have a stand mixer. Fitted with a paddle attachment. Don't got it. And stir together on medium-low speed for 2 to 3 minutes. Add the white chocolate mixture. Good, good, great. Great, great, great. Mixing this for like another 1 to 2 minutes. Peppermint extract, a little bit of salt, green food coloring, 2 drops, 1, 2, and a little bit for good luck. And mix for another 1 to 2 minutes until it's smooth and leprechaun green. Aye. Pour the mint cheesecake filling into the shell. Pour this brownie batter on top. I need some mini marshmallows and chocolate chips. Sprinkle the chocolate chips into a small ring in the center of the pie. Leave the bullseye center empty. Leaving a bullseye open. Sprinkle the mini marshmallows into the ring and around the chocolate chips. Oh, for the love of God, Belgium. These are all stuck together again. Belgium just doesn't have certain ingredients, or they do, and they're in the like international section. So marshmallows, I always have to go to a special store, and anytime I pick them up, they're always like they've been sitting on the shelf or like in the summer sun or something, because they've all melted together. I know someone last time told me to put cornstarch on them. It just only kind of works. Add the marshmallows around the ring of the chocolate chips. I'm gonna take tin foil and I'm gonna cover the already baked crust. This is gonna help limit its exposure to the heat. I think, I hope. Let's try this again. 25 minutes in the oven. Marshmallows look done. Chocolate chips look almost ready to melt, which is what I'm going for. It's just the middle of that pie. I don't want it to be runny like the last time. Extra couple minutes in the tank. I put the pie into the fridge so that it could cool off completely. That's what needs to happen before you can do this next step. Well, before you can finish this next step, because we can already do the next step, which is the mint glaze. Essentially the mint cheesecake filling minus 2 different ingredients. We're making that green stuff again. So we're gonna combine white chocolate and oil, peppermint extract, and some more green food coloring. And at this point, screw measuring cups. 1, 2, and a little. Nuke it until it's all a scant 1/8 of a teaspoon. Boom. and just 1 drop of green food coloring. Stir. Okay, so this needs to be used immediately, which is a bit of a problem because the pie is still kind of cooling off a bit. So I stuck it into the blast chiller, the freezer. So I got my glaze here. I'm gonna take a fork and I'm just gonna, as it's described here, just Jackson Pollock the whole thing. Now I am skeptical about what this thing looks like on the inside. I don't know. Milk Bar's Grasshopper Pie from Christina Tosi. You should make it. Do not follow the same road I took to get there, but you should make it. Can I sum it up for you? Yeah, I can. Okay guys, that's all I got today. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon. You can see them up on the screen now. The link is in the description if you're also interested in that. Of course, you don't need to if you don't want to. The show is for free. I'll see you guys soon.